Time now for your weather on the 4s.
Well, let's check the weather here with meteorologist Thomas Gieboy. What's up with the rain today, Thomas?
Well, Brian, during the early half of the day, that's going to be the best chance for wet weather in the northern half of the state. But as we move through the day, as this system that's moving through right now starts to move down to the southeast, it'll take the moisture with it. I'll show you kind of a representation of that coming up in just a little bit. But for this morning, along the Wasatch Front and just in northern Utah in general, just make sure you're building in plenty of time for that morning commute. This is a live look outside in Harriman right now, where we do have those wet streets. So this morning, plenty of slick spots out there on the road as we're looking at more times of valley rain, mountain snow. But with this system, compared to what we saw in the month of October, the snow level not going to be as low compared to what we've gotten used to. So something to keep in mind. But this morning, all across the northern half of the state, you're still going to want to build in that extra time for those wet streets. The afternoon does bring clearing skies. And then for the second half of the week, we can get relatively seasonal weather, but there will be a little bit of a bump in the road, possibly Thursday night and Friday. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. But for this morning, we are looking at more times of showers right along the Wasatch Front. We've got some times of some heavier rain right now between Farmington and Ogden, and all of this is steadily working its way from west to east. And notice as you climb your way up into the mountains in those higher elevations, we are finding that transitioning over into snow. We could see the snow level drop below 7,000 feet into this morning, but so far it looks like that snow level is just a little bit above that. All of this being driven by a low pressure moving from the northwest down to the southeast. So during the early half of the day, the best chance for wet weather will be right along the Wasatch Front, and that will continue to move east along with that low pressure. And by tonight, the chance for wet weather coming to an end across the state as we're going to be looking at drier air moving in. Let's go ahead and time things out for you here on the Futurecast, starting this at 7 o'clock in the morning. Again, the best chance for wet weather going to be in the northern half of the state really over the next couple of hours before it transitions over into the eastern half of the state as we go into this afternoon. Now, this is 1 o'clock this afternoon, showing it just a few isolated showers being a possibility. I would not be surprised if we see just maybe a little bit more than this with that northwesterly flow possibly getting a little bit of lake enhancement. But as that low pressure continues to move down to the southeast, it continues to take that moisture with it. Partly cloudy skies across the Wasatch Front by 10 o'clock, maybe an isolated shower in the easternmost extent of the state. But then it's partly cloudy skies during the overnight. Temperature is going to be a little bit on the chillier side compared to what we're finding this morning as we start off Wednesday. But by Wednesday afternoon, we'll be looking at mostly sunny skies and temperatures at or just slightly above average. I think we can get to 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon in Salt Lake City. But for today in Salt Lake City, we'll get showers with mostly cloudy skies over the next few hours. Isolated showers possible through mid-morning into the early stages of the afternoon. Then we'll get gradual clearing as those temperatures climb from the middle 50s around to the upper 50s for a daytime high. We'll go with the daytime high of 58 degrees in Salt Lake City, 59 degrees in Provo, 59 degrees in Delta. And then as you travel down to the southern half of the state, we're going to be finding a little bit more in the way of sunshine. It's really going to be a nice day across the southwestern half of the state with a high of 61 degrees in Cedar City and 72 degrees down in St. George. And speaking of St. George, we'll get some beautiful weather throughout the rest of the work week with partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies with daytime highs predominantly in the lower and middle 70s. We'll be a little bit chilly at night, though, with overnight lows predominantly in the upper 40s. Along the Wasatch Front, we get showers early during the day, but as we move into the afternoon, gradual clearing, a high temperature of 58 degrees, which is seasonal for this time of year. We'll be on the chilly side tonight along the Wasatch Front with overnight lows dropping into the upper 30s and lower 40s, but for Wednesday afternoon, partly cloudy skies with a high of 60 degrees, 65 on Thursday, but another quick moving system could bring us a little bit of a chance for some wet weather early on Friday before it's mostly dry skies into this weekend as temperatures stay pretty close to seasonal averages, mainly in the lower 60s. As we check our traffic